Hi guys, if you are viewing my channel first time, please subscribe to my channel for more updates on embedded systems. Today we are mainly discussing about on 8051 programming in C. So far we have programmed using the assembly. Today we are going to program using the C language. Okay, first one is why we program 8051 in C. Compiler produces a X file that is downloaded to the ROM of microcontroller. Okay, here the compiler we have to write the program and also generate the executable. That executable we are flashing to the ROM of our microcontroller. Okay, the size of the hex file is mainly conserved. Microcontrollers have a limited on-chip ROM. Okay, in our 8051 controller, it has only 4 kilobytes of read-only memory. Okay, we can program up to 4 KB, and also we can extend up to 64 KB using the external ports, port 0 and port 2 we can use and extend the memory up to 64 kilobytes of program memory. Okay, this is our limitation in our 8051 microcontroller. Okay, if I program using in C language programming is less time consuming but larger X file size. This is a mainly we are going to the C programming instead of assembly. Okay, it is less time consuming. Maybe it may produce the larger X file. Okay, this may be the one of the use case. And the reasons for writing programming in C, it is easier and less time consuming to write in C than assembly. This is a mainly point we are going to the C. C is easier to modify and update. Okay, it is easier to modify whenever we find any errors or something. We used to modify easily and also update accordingly. And you can use code available in function libraries. Okay, we can also use the code available in a function like math.h if I want to include and do some calculation so that I can directly use the C libraries also we can use in our embedded C. And C code is portable to other microcontroller with little of modification. For example, I written one of the application programming that I want to port to the another PIC controller. For example, I have written the programming in 8051. For example, due to our memory consent or something, I want to port to another microcontroller so that I can just with the little modification so that I can just port it to the another microcontroller. This is the mainly use of our embedded C programming instead of the assembly. Okay, this is the reasons we are going for the embedded C programming. Okay, we will discuss mainly data types today about the embedded C programming. Okay, this already we are aware of unsigned char, unsigned int, signed int. These are the same as it is in our C language programming. Okay, these three are different. S bit, bit, SFR. These three data types are completely different. Okay, we are going to discuss one by one today. Okay, first one is unsigned char means it is 8 bit 0 to 255. This is the range of my unsigned char. Okay, if you want to take any variable within the range of 0 to 255 so that I can define with the unsigned char. For example, if I want to take my negative range also minus 128 to plus 127 so that I can take the signed char. Okay, signed is optional. If I am not mentioning it also, just I am defining with the char of variable, directly it will be treated as signed char. Okay, this is the range minus 128 to plus 127. And next unsigned int, it is 16 bit 0 to 65,535. This is the range of our unsigned int. For example, if you want to take create any variable with the range of 0 to 65,535 so that I can use this one. Signed int means if you need any negative range minus 32,768 to plus 32,767 so that I can use this data type. Okay, next one is sbit is the special function register bit addressable only. For example, we have special function registers. If I want to access only specific bit so that I can use this data type. Next bit, for example, we have our bit addressable memory from 20 to 2f in our RAM memory. If you want to define any one bit from the bit addressable so that I can use this data type. Next, last one is SFR. If you want to access complete SFR register through this data type so that I can use this one. For example, if I want to access any particular SFR register through address so that I can use this SFR data type. Okay, we'll discuss one by one in deeply with example. First one is unsigned character. My unsigned range 0 to 255. Okay, write an 8051C program to send the value 0 to FF to the port 1. Okay, this is a program just writing to simple program. Okay, if I want to write this program and if I want to just see the output so that I can use the kill IDE. Okay, we can just debug and also see the output. Just I am just planning to create a new project. Okay, just I will create a new project here in my desktop. Okay, here go to the project, new microvision project we need, and I will create a new folder in the desktop. Within that I will save my program. Otherwise so many files will be generated from the compiler and it will get confused. Okay, here I am my project, this is my folder name. Okay, I'm just going to the inside my project folder. This is my microvision project. Okay, this is my microvision project. Just I'm saving to the same folder. Here I need to select Intel. Okay, here I'm just selecting my Intel 8051 microcontroller. Here we can just check the our features. It is matching to our 8051 microcontroller. 4 kilobytes of ROM, 128 bytes of RAM. Okay, just I'm taking that controller. I want to write the C programming. Instead of, as of now we written in assembly. Just now I will take the new .c file. Add new item to the group 1. Okay, just I want to write, as of now we written using the assembly. Right now I am going for the C. Okay, here is my C file. Okay, just C program file. Just I written my file name. This is the type is .c. Just I am adding to the my project. It was created like my C program .c. Okay, my extension is .c. For example, if I am writing any .c program, first it will be converted to the assembly using the compiler, and after the assembly it will be converted to the object file. That object file will be converted to the finally hex file. Okay, finally that executable we are flashing to our 8051 microcontroller. Okay, this is a simple program I'm writing here in the C programming. Just void main. This is my start of the programming. Open and close. This is a unsigned char. My unsigned range is 0 to 255. Just one for loop. I am just writing it here. This is a first statement is initialization semicolon, and the next one is condition. Z less than 255. This is my condition semicolon. This is my increment or decrement. Always we used to write. This is the initialization condition and the increment. This is a mainly for loop. Okay, for example we have only one statement, there is no need of open and close braces, just simply I can write. For example, if you have many statements, so that I can just write with the open and close braces. Right now the open and close braces are not required since we have only one statement within the for loop. Okay, for example I have saved in my program in .c. Just I have executed. See, I got the port 1 is undefined. I have not defined anywhere this port 1, so that I can use the one of the register, one of the hash include we need to do, one of the library I need to include here. Otherwise we'll get the compilation error. Okay, here already we have register 51.h. They have already created one of the header file for the embedded C use case. That's why I have just included here. Just again I am compiling. See, this port 2 is already defined in this register 51.h. Okay, that's why if I just open this one, see, port 1 already here it's defined. See here. That's why here all the registers are defined here. That's why I'm just including this register 51.h. Okay, I just included so that my compilation error is gone. Okay, just I want to send, what is my program? Write an embedded C program to send values 00 to FF to the port 1. Okay, here I'm just writing the decimal values. It will be converted to the hex. That hex values will be returned to the port 1. Okay, just we'll debug step by step now. Just I'm going to the debug. Okay, here only we'll see the output of my program. Here I'm just going to the port 1. Okay, here I am just modifying the port 1. That's why I took the port 1. The remaining ports will be, there is no effect on the remaining ports. Just I'm executing step by step. Okay, first I am writing 0 to the port. Okay, 1 minute, something was problem. Okay, unsigned char z. Okay, we have executed, right? Unsigned char for z equal to 0, z less than 255, z plus plus. Just I'm assigning z value to here. should be fine, right? Okay, let me debug. It's going to the, yeah, see, it's working now. Okay, here I'm just written the first 0, and it will be incremented 1 now. 1 is less than 255, just I'm writing 1 to the port. See, 0 1. Next 0 2, 0 3, 0 4, 0 5, 0 6, 0 7, 0 8, 0 9, and A. Okay, here always it will be written to the hex format. Just here I am writing the value 10 to the port. It will be converted to the hex value. That hex value is written to the port. Okay, similar way until 255 we are going to write the values. See here 10 to 1F, next 20 to 2F, 30 to 2F, until FF it will reach. Okay, this is the way we need to send our program. Okay, here this is a simple program. We return our data from 00 to 255 using the unsigned char. Okay, this is unsigned char range 0 to FF. That's why I took the data type is unsigned char. Okay, next we'll take the another example. I want to write an embedded C program to send hex values for a ASCII characters. For example, I have the ASCII character 0 to 9 that I want to send as a X format to the microcontroller into the port 1. Okay, just I am writing to the just same program. I'm just copying and putting to the my compiler. Okay, this register 51.h should be required. Why? Because here I am using the port 1. Okay, here we'll discuss mainly here. Here there is no compile. I just generated the executable. Okay, before debugging, I will explain the code here. Unsigned char my number array. Okay, this is my array group of characters. If you want to store, I can just define with the open and close braces. Here double quotes. I am just giving the number of ASCII characters here. Okay, here from these characters, I am going to take one by one character, and that character I am going to send to our port 1. Okay, here unsigned char jud. Why? Because for the index accessing, I need one more variable. Okay, I want to access the particular index. That index I am going to that index value I am going to write to the port 1. Okay, for jud equal to 0, this is my jud equal to 0. 0 is less than 10. Okay, that's why I'm going to the inside. Okay, here this is my only one statement. There is no need of open and close braces. Just I'm going to the inside port 1. My name of array 0 of 0. Okay, here my number of 0. Okay, index 0 I'm accessing. 0 will be written to the port 1. Next I'm going to the increment the value to 1. 1 is less than 10. My name index 2, index 1 I am accessing. Okay, here index 1 I am accessing, and that what is the content of index 1? One value I am writing to the port 1. Similar way, increment index 2, index 3, index 4, similar way until index 9. Index 0 to index 9, totally 10 indexes we are just writing to the port. Okay, here we'll just see the output whether we are writing properly. Here see, I just written the value 0, but I see 30. Okay, this is not the correct one. Okay, here I'm just the ASCII digits up to only one nibble only. See here, if I'm just converting this 0 to the hex value, I will get four zeros only. Okay, lower I'm able to see four zeros, but higher I'm just seeing some I think this garbage value. That's why I want to do some operation here. I will do some AND operation. I will always mask with 0 the higher nibbles. Okay, just I will do AND 0x 0f. Okay, here I am just taking the only the lower nibble. The higher nibble I am always keeping the 0. Why? Because I am just getting the always garbage value. That way I am just initializing with always 0, and I am doing the AND operation with 0. I will get higher nibble always 0, but lower nibble whatever the value from the ASCII, that I am just going to convert and put it to the port. Just I have executed. Now we'll see, it should be written only 0 at the first time. Okay, see 0, there is no garbage data now. Why? Because I am just clearing the higher 4 bits here, and lower 4 bits I am just taking from here, all the ASCII characters. Okay, just I am executing one by one now. See, now it is 1. It is as per my program, it is executing now. I does not see any junk data here. Okay, just 0 1 I wrote. Next 0 2 means 0 0 1 0. 0 0 1 0 means 0 2. Next 0 3 0 4. 4 means 1 0 1 0 0. 5 means 0 1 0 1. If you just click on the next one, 5. 0 1 0 1. 6 means 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0. Only lower nibble. Higher nibble always I am just doing the AND operation with 0. It will be always 0. Okay, here I wrote the 6, next 7, 8. 8 means 1 triple 0, 9. That's it. Okay, we end our program. Okay, this is the way we can access one of the array, and we used to access one index at once, and we are writing to the port 1. Okay, this is a very simple way we wrote the program using the unsigned character. Okay, this is a range up to 0 to 255 range only. If you want to use the any variable within this range, so that I can define the variable using the unsigned. Next is the signed char. Okay, here minus 128 to plus 127. Okay, if you want to write some negative values to the port, so that I can use the signed character. Okay, here if I'm not defining any signed before the character keyword, so that it will treat as signed. Okay, this is the optional one. Okay, just I can write the same program, just here write an 8051 C program to send the values of minus 4 to plus 4 to the port 1. Okay, just I want to write the negative values as well as positive values to the port 1. Okay, this is a simple program. I'm just copying to here. Okay, I will explain the similar way here. It will treat as signed char my array. This is my array. Okay, here I'm just initializing my array with the different elements here, minus 1 comma minus 2, here minus 1, here the plus 1, sorry, and minus 1, and plus 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 3 plus 4 minus 4. Here I am just writing the minus 1 to minus 4 and plus 4. Here I am just writing the minus 4 to plus 4 values to the port 1. Okay, here that's why I take the one of the array, and I am just initializing the all the elements here. And if I want to access the particular index, I need another variable unsigned char of z. Here my for loop, I'm just repeating my for loop until 8. Why? Because we have only 8 indexes. Z equal to 0, z less than 8 means 0 to 7. My loop will be continued up to 8. And here the z plus plus. Okay, similar way we'll debug the output. Okay, there is no errors. Then I will just debug. Okay, now the negative values means here we will just give the overview. Normally our controller will store 0 to ff. My controller 8-bit range. For example, minus 1 means ff. Here minus 1 means ff, and here the minus 2 means, next before the value means f e. Next minus 3 means fc, fd, fd. Next minus 4 means fc, F, C, D, E, F. Okay, this is a way the negative values will be represented. Normally, our range is 0 to FF. Minus 1 means the last one. Last one means FF. Minus 2 means FE, the before one. And minus 3 means FD. Minus 4 means FC. Okay, similar way we'll check the output. First, I am writing the value to the port plus 1. Just I am writing the value to the port 1. Here my value is 0 1. Okay, next one is minus 1 means ff. See, minus 1 means ff. Okay, next value means I'm just writing to the 2 value 2. Okay, next minus 2 means fe. Okay, just I written the minus negative value fe. And the next one is 3, 3 value written to the port. And the minus 3 means fd. And the next plus 4 and minus 4 means fc. Okay, this is a way we are storing the negative values as well as positive values using the character. Okay, this is a way we need to remember. We can also use the negative numbers also, we can store to the port using the signed character. This is a negative range. If you want to use the any variable with the negative range, so that I can use the signed char. Okay, next we'll discuss on the unsigned int. Okay, here write an 8051 C program to toggle the port 1 50,000 times. Okay, here I am just writing the same program. Okay, 50,000 times I have to toggle my port. Why? Because this the 50,000 times means I should use the unsigned int. Why? Because I don't have any other variable with the range of 50,000. Okay, that's why I'm using the unsigned int here. Unsigned int with z. Just I am repeating my for loop. This is my initialization. If you have many statement, it should be open and close braces. If you want to write your for loop only for the one statement, there is no need of open and close braces. Okay, here I am just compiling the program. Okay, there is no error, there is no errors here. I'm just generated the executable. I'm just going to a debug session. Okay, first here z equal to 0, it will be initialized with 0 and 0 is less than 50,000. I'm going to execute the loop, and after that I will increment the value 1 less than 50,000. Again I will execute 2 less than 50,000. Again I will execute until 50,000 times. I will execute this for loop. Okay, see here 00 ff. I'm just toggling my port complete bits 00s and 1 ff 00 ff 00 ff. This is the way I'm repeating my code until 50,000 times. Okay, I'm just toggling my port 1 until 50,000 times. This is a simple program using unsigned. Okay, here the we can also use the signed. Signed means I'm not just mentioning the any value. Just I can write some negative value here -10. Okay, I want to repeat until 0, -10, -9, -8 until 0. I just want to repeat my loop only the 10 times. I want to toggle so that I can use the signed int. If you want to just uh, repeat my loop until from -32,000 to 0, also we can write the program. Here I can just mention the 32,000 instead of the 10. Okay, here I can just -32,000 if you want. Just I can use the signed int. Okay, if I'm not mentioning this signed also, it's fine. This is the optional one. Okay, just I want to mention and show to you in the negative indexing. Just build, execute. Okay, here this for loop I need to execute only 10 times. Then I need to come out of this loop. Just I am executing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 times. Okay, just I have executed from this loop. Okay, here after the 10 times I executed from the loop. Okay, this is a mainly if you want to use a negative indexing up to -32,000 to +32,767, so that I can use the signed int. Okay, if you want to use the positive indexing up to 65,535, so that I can use the unsigned int. This is a mainly based on our variable our use case. Based on our range, I can take the particular data type. Okay, next we'll discuss on the mainly our embedded C data type. These are mainly important data types. Okay, next SBIT. Okay, already we discussed about this one. SBIT means special function bit addressable. Okay, for example, we have so many special function registers: port 0, stack pointer, DPL, DPH, and PCON register, TCON, port 1, port 2, port 3. All are the special function registers. If you want to access only particular bit in a port, so that I can use this SBIT data type. Okay, here write an 8051 C program to toggle the D0 bit of port 1. Okay, I want to toggle only D0 bit of port 1. Okay, here only this 90 bit I want to access. I want to toggle only this bit. I should not touch any other bits in the port 1. Okay, that's why I'm using the S bit here. Okay, this we will discuss in the keel here. Okay, I'm just writing the same program here. Okay, here my S bit, my bit. Okay, here this is alias name. We can write anything here. My name, like my name also you can just write. Okay, here I am just mentioning with my bit. Here port 1 cap of 0. This means 1.0 I am accessing. And here the main program. This is my 50,000 times. I need to toggle my port 1.0. That's why I just taken the unsigned int Z. This z for loop I am just repeating 50,000 times. First 0, 0 is less than 50,000 times. I will execute once and increment 1 and 1 less than 50,000. Again I will execute. Okay, just similar way I just compiled and will debug the same. Whether I am just toggling the port 1.0 or not, we'll see here. Okay, here I'm just enable the debug. See here only 1.0 I'm toggling. Okay, for example, if I want to toggle only 2.0, so that I can just change the instead of 1.0 I just mentioned 2.0. Just similar way I will just debug and enable the debug. Just compiled and also have executed and also done the debug option. Okay, here if I just do this one, see here port 1 is no effect. Why? Because I am just to access the port 2 instead of port 1. Here the port 1 2.0 will be affected. See here. Okay, here based on our programming we can access the any particular bit and we can toggle that particular bit in any of the SFR register. Okay, any register we can access like accumulator or B register. Okay, any register we can access and we can modify the values. Okay, in a particular bit level, so that I can use the SFR bit, S bit. Okay, here you can see the all the SFR registers here. here the S bit also. See here, I'm just defining using this one S bit WR 6. Similar way here the port 0 should be there. See here 80. Okay, here we have only the SFRs only. Yeah. Okay, here I just come to know how to define my particular bit in a SFR register using the S bit. Okay, similar way we have executed. If you want to access the 1.0, we can access here. Just I can change it here. Okay, similar way bit. Okay, for example, if you want to use any bit in a bit addressable memory, so that I can use this data type, bit data type. Okay, here I can just define my variable name. Okay, this bit I can store only one bit here. This is a simple program. This is a S bit. If I want to access, see here, write an 8051 C program to get the status of bit 1.0 and save it and send to the 2.7. Just whatever I am doing, just I am taking the data from the one of the port 1.0. I am copying it to the memory. From the memory I am just copying it to the another bit. Okay, here I need two bits, that's why I'm just using the two S bits. In the two special function registers I'm accessing 1.0 and 2.7, that's why I will use S bit here. And the other one I want to save the one memory bit, that's why I will use the bit data type. Okay, this is the same thing I'm just copying to the our kill programming, kill compiler. Just I am copying and doing the paste. Okay, here I'm just saving, I'm just storing the data here. Okay, let us see here. We'll complement the data, otherwise we cannot see whether it we are copying and we are doing the complement or not. Okay, first let us execute the same program. We does not see any change. Why? Because initially our port values are 1 1. Okay, after that I will show you the difference. Okay, here I took the port 1 and 2.7. See here 1.0 means this one, 2.7 means this one. Okay, this is a LSB and this is a MSB bit. Okay, here I am just storing, I am just copying the data to in bit, my port 1.0 to the memory. Again saved memory I am just copying to the out bit to the here. Okay, just I am executing. We does not see any change. Why? Because here also bit 1, here also bit 1. Okay, I will just toggle the memory bit. Okay, after just copying to here I am just toggling the bit to the 0 to 1. Okay, here I got initially bit 1 in the port 1.0, that will be toggled. The toggle will be copied to the out bit. This 2.7 will be toggled. Okay, here if it is 1 it will be 0. Okay, here just I'm see here the this is complemented. For example, if I'm just modifying 1.0 here, just I will execute now. Okay, see here if it is 0, my it is 1, it is complemented. See here if the 1.0 is 0 and I'm just complementing and copying to the 2.0. Here it is complemented. 0 means 1, 1 means 0. If I'm just giving the 1 to here, it will be 0. After execution it will be 0. Okay, this is a way we can just store our bit using the bit data type. And the S bit data type only to access a particular SFR register in a particular bit, so that I can use this S bit. Okay, so far we discussed S bit and also bit data type. Final one we are just discussing about SFR. Okay, special function register. For example, if I want to access any particular special function register through the address, so that I can use this one. Write an M8051 C program to toggle the all bits of port to 50,000 times. Okay, just I am writing the same program and just copying and pasting to the kill programming. Okay, just I am go back to the normal editing program. Just I have copied. Okay, see here just we'll discuss on the how to define. Okay, this is a SFR. Here we can define whatever name we want. Okay, this is any name we can put. And here I am just giving the address of the port 2. Okay, here if you see here, port 2 address is A0. Okay, similarly we can see here port 2 address is A0. Okay, this is my byte addressable. Okay. Okay, here just similar way I'm just executing. Okay, here SFR port 2 I am just giving the address through the address I'm accessing, so that this register 51 dot is not required. Why? Because I'm not using this capital P1, capital P2, capital P3, capital P4. Okay, if you want to use this capital P1, P2, P3, P4 and P0, sorry, okay, P0 to P3. Okay, this is my 0 1 2 3. Okay, if you want to use this port, so that I should include this register 51.h. For example, directly I'm accessing through the SFR to the address, so that the hash include register 51.h not required. Okay, just I am compiling. See, here it is showing the error at the unsigned unsigned int. Okay, I need integer. Why? Because I need to store until to 50,000, right? Until that, so that I can use unsigned int jet. Okay, just I return. I see there is no errors. Okay, here I have not included any hash include register 51.h. Okay, why? Because here I'm just accessing the register through the address. That's why I'm there is no errors in the compilation. Okay, just I'm just going to the execution now. Okay, here I'm just doing the compilation. See, here I'm just toggling the port to using the SFR address, using the SFR data type. Many 50,000 times I'm just compiling. I'm just toggling my port data. Okay, similar way, if I want to access the port one, so that here the naming can be anything. Just have changed the to the port one now. Now you will see the port one will get affected now. Okay, why? Because the address I have changed to port one. See here, 90 means port one. Okay, A0 means port two. Okay, here you can just change the address here whenever we want to change the port of the hardware. For example, if I want to toggle the bits in port 1, so that I can change the address here, no need to change the program. Okay, here whenever the change, so that I can change it here. Okay, I think okay, the last thing, for example, if you want to define any particular, if you want to access a particular SFR bit, so that I can use the S bit data type. These are all the small letters we need to write. S bit or bit, SFR. These are the all the small letters. This is a all are small letters. We need to write the keywords. Okay, and my name here you can give the any name. Here port one cap of 0. Okay, if you want to access the port 1.0, so that we need to write this way. Okay, this is the syntax of the S bit. Okay, here we can give the any name and a bit memory bit. Okay, here just you can define with the any variable name using the bit data type. Next, sf for my name. Here you can give the any name. Based on the address, we are going to access the particular register. For example, if I just mention the A0, directly our port 2 will be selected. See here, A0 port 2, 90 means port 1. Okay, this is a similar way we can access using the address. Here hash include register 51.h not required. For example, here if you want to access the port 1, for example, I have not defined any hash include register 51.h, we will get the errors. Okay, that's all friends. Thank you for watching my session. Yeah, thank you.